I think the only fearful moment I think what would be is I felt like I didn't get enough experience of New York.
It was an opportunity. So you have to, as being a small business owner and as being in public relations, that was my opportunity. That was my get up and go for it.
The downfall, oh my gosh. So how I got into modeling?
ISO Wendy's, where y'all from?
ISO, Indies. Yeah, live free, speak your peace. Stay humble in these streets, yeah. In these streets.
Okay, hello beautiful people. My name is Sharitha Davis and I am owner and operator of Roses from Concrete Public Relations. I facilitated 2 models and a videographer who is now a filmmaker to New York, Times Square, Fashion Week. How did that feel? It felt amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It felt amazing. I went and I popped my shit with all 3 of them. And I was so excited and I'm still so excited and I can't wait to do it again. I originally only had 1 model, but I ended up with 2 and it was a blessing. And when I say we hustled and bustled, we hustled and bustled through New York with our luggage, without our luggage. We went from one casting to the next. We went from one show to the next. And I was able to learn the subway in 2 days. 2 days. I am from the country of Florida. Fort Myers, may I add. I'm not gonna lie, they wore me out though. They wore me out from the castings to the shows to all of the walking. My feet were swollen at one time. Mind you, I have like 10 years on my side.
Skyscrapers and bridges, bright lights, fast life, Manhattan living. Crossover downtown, welcome to the concrete. The Nets to Barclays, the Mets to Yankees. Ubers and yellow taxis. And while I'm fitted with some butters, we her savvy. When tight jeans was baggy, from JFK to LaGuardia.
Yeah, hi, I'm Daniel Ortiz. I am a filmmaker and I currently live in Fort Myers, Florida. I sort of met Sharitha, but not met Sharitha at a fashion show, which we never got to really interact with each other because I came to her after party. You know, I was there for just to meet the models, to hang out, you know, because I felt bad. I was part of the videography team that was supposed to capture everything. We met up a couple of weeks, maybe a month after, here at the studio at MJ Studio, shout out to him. Because of Mikey, I actually got to meet Sharitha and he wanted some help on some videos. You know, we worked together. Sharitha invited me out and told me, you know, hey, how would you feel about coming to New York and documenting the experience, and she would bring me along. And I said, hell yeah, you know, it's New York, so why not?
Hi, my name is Jules Nesby. I am a model from Fort Myers, Florida, and I just walked in New York Times Square. So excited about that. It was my first time walking in New York, and yeah, soon I'll be walking in Peru. So my experience in New York for the first time started as soon as I met with the crew and we were getting ready to get on the plane. Like, the energy was there, we were so excited, and that just carried through the whole trip. But the second we land, it was even more exciting because it all set in that we are in New York. Like, we're about to make history. It was a bit chaotic, you know, it was a whole new crowd, different energy when I got in front of the models and such, but I know where I want to be in the future, and I know what I have inside of me to become a model, so it was where I was meant to be.
Hi, my name is Johnette Englund, and I am from Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I currently live in Fort Myers, Florida. I actually did pageants when I was younger, so that incorporated into me being older and loving to be in front of the camera and on stage and just being bold, like my attitude. So that is a big one. How I ended up in New York with Roses from Concrete. I was supposed to go to New York originally with a different, not agency, but it was a different place, like people that were incorporated, I ended up not being able to go with those people. So I reached out to Jules and Sharitha, and they were actually able to get me in, and everything was settled and complete, and I was extremely grateful. I cried because it is my passion and my dream to, you know, do modeling and go out further and go to New York. It's a big place, and that's definitely where you want to be when you're trying to be a model. So I was definitely grateful for that. My experience in New York was absolutely amazing. It was definitely a model experience for me, mainly because going to casting calls and going to fashion shows, and then Roses from Concrete also got me to another fashion show. I was supposed to only be in one, but I was in two, and I was so happy about that. And just being in castings and actually being in the environment and truly knowing what it is, and you being there all day and waiting and seeing if you even got in, it's amazing and it's great, and it pushes your limits and your boundaries for sure.
Roses from Concrete chose to go to New York because I had the opportunity to go. I am a strong believer when you get an opportunity, you take it. If everything is aligned to where you can facilitate it, then you take it.
When I was filming and taking photos in Times Square was one of the coolest experiences. Now granted, there are easy access for some photographers to get in there, but the fact that I was able to be one of the few in that middle spot to capture everything, get to be able to get one of my friends, Jules, walking down the runway was a complete crazy experience, because I've never been to New York. I've always wanted to just go there and just create something, you know, just to show a different visual side of myself rather than be around here in Florida. So I think when I was in New York filming, it felt like things were gonna go up for me, because I get to do bigger things, I get to see bigger places, and I won't be stuck in one place. You know, I get to build and get my name out there, have my name be in different places. That's what I wanted. I want the world to know who I am.
The downfall, oh my gosh, so we had to leave, unfortunately. I don't think New York was ready for that, because we came and, you know, we left our mark, so that was the downfall. The best adventure was going with a group of people that had the same mindset as you know, and everyone wants to succeed, you know. So having that support, as well as being able to have the trip facilitated, was just amazing. Awesome.
Oh, you don't know me?
We don't know you.
Hey, my name is Jonathan. I am JE Photos, the photographer. I am the president of Great Entertainment Incorporated, GEI. I am the editor-in-chief of Fashion Passion magazine, Elite Status magazine. I am a celebrity photographer, and I am hopefully a good dude. Well, first, thank you for having me. It is a pleasure to do this with you, and I absolutely love you guys. Shout out to the entire Roses from Concrete team. Sharitha, you are amazing. I love you. Shout out to Janae, hey Nene, and Daniel, my man. Because, you know, us creators, us photographers, videographers, we stick together. I first met Sharitha doing a gala for Yolanda Marrero, designer, down in Fort Myers. I came down and I met Sharitha. Sharitha was working the room. She was working with the models. She was doing all of that. And she was being Sharitha. She was doing Sharitha stuff. And I watched her for a while, and I was like, okay, this young lady is about her business. I want to meet her. Actually, the first person in the group that I met was Daniel, actually. Because I met Daniel the year before in Miami when we did Sharice Edwards fashion show in Miami. Daniel came along with Sharice, Ilondra, and Aria. So I met Daniel first, and then the next year, when I came out of Fort Myers, I met Sharitha. And then when I met the models for the fashion show, I met Jules. And Jules just blew me away from the moment I saw her. She is just amazing, and I knew she would be a model that I would have in my existence. And then lastly, Janae. I met Janae when Roses from Concrete came up to New York, and I hosted one in my city for New York Fashion Week last September. I got the pleasure to meet the beautiful and talented Janae.
So my commuting experience was actually pretty exciting. We took Ubers, which was nice. But the real excitement was when we went on the train and I saw a rat. And it was a pretty decent sized rat. I'm from Florida, so I don't really, see rats on a daily, and it was pretty great to see one. But the train was really nice. Just being in the subway itself was an experience for me because I've never been in a subway station, never been on a train, so that was epic for me. I loved it. So when we were leaving New York, sadly, we went on the train, and there was a lot of people. I will say there was a lot of people. And at one point we were all standing, then, a stop came, then people got up and left, and we were able to finally sit. But everyone just being around was kind of a lot, and we could tell Sharitha was not doing okay with everyone just being around, and it was not a good situation. It was like it was meant to be that we got off the train because we took pictures, we got content in. Daniel was amazing with his camera, just immediate, on-the-spot go. It was so great. He takes amazing photos, and I was so happy with the quality, with just even the place it was, Manhattan. I got pictures in Manhattan. Who you know? Oh, wait. Well, everybody, but now I do, so.
The pricing for the plane tickets were there. I had someone there that was able to facilitate us. I had 2 people that were there able to facilitate us, and it was an opportunity. So you have to, as being a small business owner and as being in public relations, that was my opportunity. That was my get up and go for it. The challenges that Roses from Concrete faced for facilitating the New York fashion trip was making sure that I accommodate 3 different people that have 3 different personalities that have 3 different goals in mind, and making sure that they're comfortable, making sure that it was a luxury experience for them, even though it was, especially since it was their first time in New York, especially with everybody, it was our first time in New York. My goal was to make sure that I was able to facilitate them. I didn't want anybody feeling any type of way. I didn't want anybody feeling like they overspent and didn't get what they expected to get. I wanted to make sure that everybody was fed and happy and got everything and more that they were expecting. That was a challenge for me because sometimes I felt like I kind of missed the mark, but then after we came back and hearing everybody talk about their experience, I think I did pretty goddamn good.
Hey, how you doing? I'm James Corbett. I'm the producer of the Fashion Week Experience, New York Fashion Week show, Times Square. We are here at the fitting, getting everybody ready to look beautiful tomorrow, to rip the runway, and y'all not gonna wanna miss what comes next. We will see you on the runway. Fashion Week Experience, September 2022.
Sharitha. She has boundless energy and enthusiasm. All I had to do was expose her to the right people that I know. And I love the fact that she's able to take lemons and make lemonade, and that she's able to take any situation and multiply the success of that situation. That's her by nature. So she is a born leader with leadership qualities. And I think that she's the perfect person to work with this group, with Daniel, who is so supremely talented, but just needed that little push to say, okay, let's go this way, let's go that way, and he just took the ball and ran with it. They work very well together. I watched them. They're seamless, which is very interesting. I like the way they work together.
I see the man them say if they did it so, and they say they might talk to him, I tell them say I'm always I talk to him, and I tell them say can't do it. Serious thing that brother. My man father. Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
Another great thing that I was able to experience while in New York, Roses from Concrete introduced me to an international reggae star named Ras Shiloh.
Deliverance from only rat race, only destined humans to feel, rise against each other like
Or he is a kind-hearted man, and honestly, I'm glad I met him. He cooked for us. He had the opportunity to come in to our Airbnb and talk to us about how important it is to live in your essence. Follow your dreams. So I'm glad I was able to meet him, and glad Roses from Concrete had the opportunity to introduce us to him.
One of my New York hosts is the international reggae artist Ras Shiloh. Some of you may know him as the Roaring Lion. Are you satisfied? Wipe those tears from your eyes. I'm all alone, still you. That's what you're going to get from me. I've had a long-going professional relationship with him when I started getting into cultural modeling. My venture off into the cultural world, I got to meet Ras Shiloh in Orlando years ago. Rest in peace to Kurt. He facilitated that relationship for us. And Ras Shiloh is a soul connection for me. And the reason I say that is because the person that brought us together for a weekend left us physically that same weekend. So ever since then, we've always been that soul connection.
My first experience meeting the international reggae artist, Ras Shiloh. He's an interesting man. I am very blessed to meet him. I'm grateful for the food that he has treated us. He's really treated us like a host when we went to New York, which is amazing. And I think he was really cool. I'm excited because I feel like this year, maybe even next year, we might even work together.
They tore my runway up in the middle of Times Square. They tore that runway up. They are both complete joys to work with, and if I had 10 of them running around here in New York City, I'd be a millionaire.
The future for Janae Anglin is I will be on billboards, I will be on magazines, I will be on catalogs, I will be on the TV, I will be on everything. International. I will be also getting into more fashion. I will have fashion lines. I will have makeup lines. I will have studios among studios for people that want to, content creators. A lot of people don't have those studios that they can go and take pictures, aesthetically pleasing places, so I want to create those spaces for them to go and do that because I struggle with that. So there's definitely a lot coming for the future for me.
What's next for Jules is I will be going to Peru, and I'm so excited about it because I will earn the title as an international model. And I've just been dreaming of that moment, so once it comes, it's only up from there. The advice I would give those that are looking to, chase their dreams would be to chase it. Find someone who has a similar mindset as you because they are more likely to push you, and to, think realistically, but also think big, set your goals, make a plan, and just, accomplish your dreams. It's there for you, and only you will see it at times, but it's okay because you're gonna make it.
So what's next for the Daniel Ortiz? Well, the future is very unpredictable to say, but I do hope to see a lot of success in my future. I'm planning on starting short films very soon, documentaries, a lot of heavy hitters, which is crazy because we're doing one now that I can't really say until you guys actually see it. But just know that my name is going to be getting out there, and I'm going to be taking things more serious because, I know my worth, and I want to progress. I want to actually see my name out there. I would love to, see my name even like I'm back on New York, Times Square, to say he's one of the top filmmakers out there. Even if I'm just my name as a brand, I want people to know who Daniel is.
The future for Roses from Concrete Public Relations is the Grove. And the reason I say the Grove is a grove goes on and on and on, and it touches so many different lives in so many different ways. I'm changing lives, and I mean what I say. Whether it's for the moment, or whether it's for a season, or whether it's for years, or whether it's forever, every person that I encounter, that I touch, that I pour into, that I overflow into, I'm going to make sure that they take something away from me, apply it to their lives, and grow.
I'm on a natural high, just like